So today we're going to read from
Recording.
we're going to read from Heads Up English, A Toxic Workplace. Would you
A
read?
toxic workplace.
Start at
Yeah.
if the veracity.
If the veracity of an article can be trusted, pressure, stress, and job insecurity form the foundation on which Amazon is built. In its quest to become the company where people can discover anything they want online, employees are encouraged to work well after midnight, complain at slow responses regardless of the time of day or night, bicker and argue in meetings to poke holes in any suggestion, and rat one another out. The corporate philosophy permeates every level of the organization, and it ignores all that gets preached and practiced as good management these days.
Okay, so your pronunciation of all these words are good, and we discussed bicker is a display of dissatisfaction.
Good.
Rat one another out is to tell about deeds that would be best left quiet, or we might consider you can't keep a secret. All right, we can go on to this paragraph. Over 100.
Okay, over 100 former employees provided information on the article, providing such personal accounts of grown men crying as they exit meetings. Each month, employees must justify their performance on a variety of metrics with the bottom performers cooled.
Okay, so this word exited.
Exited.
So it's past tense. So what is happening here? Grown men crying as they exited meetings. Working at this company known as Amazon, it's very competitive in terms of employment stability. And this is one of the reasons why the people rat each other out. They rat each other out so that they can move up in the organization and get top billing or career moves, more income, a higher salary. So you could actually go into a meeting unknowingly and someone will rat you out in the meeting, and you may even lose your job that very same day. So as you leave the meeting or exit the meeting, you may leave crying because you no longer have your job.
Oof.
And this word,
that's nasty.
And this is why they call it, if you can believe what you read, the veracity. If you can believe what you read. We don't know. I don't know if this is true. But if the veracity of this article is true, this would be a terrible thing that happens at a company. This word culled.
Yes, what's that about actually?
It means to separate, to remove. So we can, an example, an apple that you eat can be culled of its core. That core in the apple that you cull out, you just remove a part of it. So it means to remove. To remove. Cull means to remove. Cull means to remove. All right.
Culled is to remove. Okay. And in which context do you use remove, and in which context do you use culled?
Either one. This is very fluffy, I guess, writing. This is the writing of a journalist. And a journalist's point of view for writing is to give you a picture. You should be able to see a picture in your mind as you read, in my opinion. Even for yourself, when you write, I should be able to get an immediate picture of what you're talking about. So if I tell you, for example, that...
Very descriptive.
I'm sorry?
Very descriptive.
Very descriptive. So if I tell you that men are crying when they leave the meeting, I don't actually think the men are crying with tears, but I think that they are very much distressed and upset. So if it says that with the bottom performers, these are employees that are not performing very well on the job. So if an employee is not performing very well on the job, they call them out, and which means to remove them. So if they're removing them or calling them, they are firing them. And there again, this would be cause for people to cry. Okay?
I see. Okay, that's clear.
All right. So now let's go on to the next paragraph. What results is
a ruthlessly competitive environment. It has been called rank and yank, which alludes to ranking the performance of employees and yanking the least productive. And evidence in other organizations demonstrates that such a system sows distrust. After all, if colleagues have likely to If colleagues are likely to stab you in the back, teamwork and knowledge sharing get thrown under the bus.
Okay, so here again, these are very pictures comes to my mind when I see these words. Rank and yank.
Rank and yank.
Rank and yank. Rank and yank. This is one employee replacing another. Just a few minutes ago, we read about people ratting someone out. If someone is ratted out, then they most likely will be removed from employment. So if their position now is available, they can use a rank and yank. They can put another person in that.
Other will take over.
That's correct. Okay.
Correct.
And here we have stab you in the back. That is also an idiom. Stab in the back is an idiom.
It sounds like betraying someone.
It is. That is exactly what it is. Equal betrayal. But it's also that ratting you out. Rat someone out. And rat someone out is also betrayal. Okay.
I'm curious. The rat word is something by itself. I know that it's a kind of a mouse. It's a rat. But rat out without the out is something else than the animal.
Yes, but it is in the context. It really is talking about a rat. Say, for example, a rat is a pest. A rat is a pest. No one wants to be called a rat. Okay? So it is a derogatory. I don't know how to spell it. It is not a nice way to refer to someone, but the word rat does stand alone. So when you see, I could say, Gloria, you're a rat. And that's a negative thing, which means that no one wants to be called a rat. It says that you are a pest.
Okay, derogative is a word to denote that is not a good connotation, does not have a good connotation.
Exactly. It is not. But if someone says, you are a peach, like the fruit peach, that means you're very nice, because peaches are sweet and good. But a rat is a pest. Okay. So we could say,
I have never heard that expression before, you're a peach.
Well, and you will see this through lots of reading. Consider the word peach.
Peach.
Very pleasant and pleasing reference to a person. Okay, so but a peach of course is fruit. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Thank you.
Then we have under the bus. Do you have that idiom in your country?
Under the bus, thrown under the bus. No, but it talks by itself. It's like someone consider you like not garbage, but something that you get that he or she can throw away.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like
Has used where someone is saving themselves at your expense. Again, it's like ratting someone out, or what was the other thing we had? Rank and yank.
Yeah, rank and yank.
Rank and yank. And then there was another one. What was the other one?
Stab you in the back.
Yeah, and stabbing you in the back, or stab you in the back. So you can see throughout this article, it's referring to the same things over and over again. Stab you in the back, rank and yank, you're a rat, and throwing you under the bus. Okay.
It's an article not to read before going to bed, I think. With the vibe.
No, this is not a bedtime story. All right, so here we go. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Jeff
Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, quickly responded to the article explaining that the environmental of Amazon is friendly but intense. He explained that he couldn't recognize the toxic workplace portrayed in the article and doubted any tech company could survive, let alone thrive, with such practices. He concluded that callous management practices will not be tolerated.
Okay. Any questions about that paragraph?
Yes, callous and thrive.
Okay. The word thrive means to live. For example, if you have a green plant in your house, you have to give it water in order for it to thrive, to live. What is required to live?
Thrive.
Live. Okay. So, example, the job you currently have requires that you learn English well to thrive within the company. That means to keep your job. If you do not learn English well, you will not thrive there, which means you will not keep that job.
Okay.
And then
try.
When you go to the nail salon sometimes and you have your feet manicured maybe, and they move calluses off of your feet, off of your heels. So callus is something that is hard.
Oh, I see.
Hard. But they're not really talking about, the texture of your skin. They're talking about the hardness. Callus, the toughness. UGH. Toughness of a situation. In this case, management is difficult to please.
How do you pronounce again? The toughness?
Toughness? Tough. Okay, this
toughness.
Word. Yeah, let's see. T-U-F-F-ness.
Toughness.
Well, I have misspelled it. It's T-O-U-G-H. Ness. It's misspelled. I misspelled it here.
Okay.
But it's spelled that way.
Okay.
So
toughness.
Toughness and T-O-U-T. It doesn't have it. Doesn't have an H. Okay, so toughness. It's spelled that way. All right. Well, we're coming at the end of our session, and I have a class that starts in 4 minutes, but we'll continue talking for 4 minutes. Was this beneficial to you at all?
Yes, totally. Thank you very much for your time. I'm very pleased that I took this lesson with you. I
Okay,
had learned a lot, and I will keep on practicing for sure, and to keep on going with the tips you gave me. Thank you
fantastic.
very much, and you do a fantastic labor.
Thank you so much. I will send you the link so you can watch this as often as you want. It will be on YouTube. The only thing that will be showing is your voice, so your picture isn't on here because you turned your camera off. And I did,
Nice.
and I identified that this is information that is coming from Heads Up English. I like working with this website because it has lots of information. And this is a good place that you can come and practice as well. I'll send you
Mhm.
the link, and there are lots of reading activities that you can choose from as well. Well, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thanks so much for taking the time. I get most of my referrals from people leaving feedback. So if you'll leave feedback, I would appreciate it. Thank you so
of
much.
course, I will.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.